You're welcome back to News Insights. We are back again to talk about the hunger. We are back again to talk about the stampede. It was very, very remarkable that we are talking about things like that in Nigeria, a nation blessed with so much arable land for farming so that we can have enough of food for our kids and even for ourselves. But at the end of the day, there was a stampede at Ibadan, and there was also stampede in so many other locations in Nigeria. In Abuja, there was. In Anambra, there was. And we are hearing today that of Ibadan is being taken more seriously. Kingsley, that of Ibadan is being taken more seriously because we have not heard of the people involved in Anambra and Abuja being prosecuted yet.
Yes.
Is there investigation?
Because we don't know if there is investigation, it should be in the news. Or
in Nigeria, Philip, in Nigeria, they say we set up committee for everything. Or a committee has been set up for those ones.
Maybe.
I don't know why Naomi is singled out, if I'm correct, for prosecution. A foundation ran the one in Anambra, Nokija. An organization ran the one, it can also be classified as a foundation because they are non-governmental. The one in Abuja, that's the Catholic Church. Nobody's mentioning who is prosecuted, is not prosecuted. And from all evidence we have of that of Naomi, she told us she put everything in place. People were supposed to start coming by 8 a.m. People came, they organized for 8 a.m. People came by 5 a.m., 4:30 a.m. People throwing their kids. She didn't plan for that. She planned for security.
Okay, now, there was something Peter B said that time, that we shouldn't ride on the consequences or the aftermath of the event. That the people that were organizing this thing or people that did organize these things intended feeding the people. They intended good. That because people ended up dying should not make us to think that these people were evil. So how do we superimpose that with being responsible for the meeting you called? Philip, can you talk to us?
Interesting. You see, when I read the news that the Oyo State government has slammed 18 count charges against Naomi,
including murder,
18 count charges against Naomi and the principal of the college where the incident took place, and the principal among those charges are murder and manslaughter. I begin to wonder, and they now went further to say criminal negligence and all of that. I begin to wonder whether somebody good should be paid back with evil, because we are leaving the substance for the ferry. What led to this stampede? It is the failure of government. It is because there was no food. We have said it here that if people were having enough and you call people to come and collect food,
they won't even come.
They won't come. Because people were not having enough. Naomi did not responsible for people throwing their children overboard to get food to eat. She only said, I have some food to give out. Okay? And now you are charging her for murder and manslaughter. You have detained her for over...
Okay, let me tell you. Maybe one day, I can't remember if we were in court together. We went for one sitting. They said people shouldn't come. At Abuja here, I think Court of Appeal or so. They now closed the gate. But the people there pushed the gate open. They forced the two security men open. I was there. I saw it live. The two security men locked the gate and said, go outside. The court doesn't want more people inside. The people there, because there were mammoth crowd of people, they forced the gate open. You couldn't have tried the judge of that court. Because if anything happened, because people overpowered them. So in line of that, what do you think? Because when they said manslaughter maybe, but murder.
Yes, so what they have done in the true sense is that if they cannot convict her or murder, so they will get a lesser punishment, which is manslaughter.
Yes.
But that is not the issue. But it's left for them to prove their case anyway. So but my problem is that who is after Queen Naomi? That they couldn't even, that you are she's being charged for felony. This is serious crime. Because if you say that a criminal negligence, how? Say because she did not provide enough ambulances, crowd control, and all of that. Like he said, this organization planned for 8 a.m. program.
Event.
People start coming at 4:30. How is that her business? The people that are supposed to control the crowd were meant to be there by 7:30 so that they can control the crowd at 8 a.m. But this crowd were already there.
And
Likely,
Kingsley, likely, maybe Oyo State as a government do not have any policy or law as to or procedures to follow if you're expecting certain number of people in an event, and such that Naomi didn't follow those procedures. You know, the first time we discussed this, we discussed the hunger, we discussed that this could lead to further legislation, so that people will know exactly what to do when you want to organize certain events. Do we have such laws? Do you have idea?
Well, I don't have an idea if we have such laws
in Oyo State.
In Oyo State, but you know, Oyo State doesn't control the police. In court,
yes.
They say the governor is the chief security officer of the state, but the police chief doesn't answer to the governor of your state.
Directly.
The army institutions that are there, whether second div or whatever, they don't.
They are not answerable.
They are not answerable to the governor. Do you understand? So I'm sure she followed. She told us and said it publicly. I followed. I went to the police. I raised the security team to make sure everywhere is manned and everywhere is moved smoothly. And what came after is not any of her fault.
Okay, now this in general, this seems to happen everywhere. The true cause of event, because in Nigeria we have never heard of this stampede before during Christmas.
Yes.
Obviously, it's because of the hunger.
Yes.
There's no doubt. But people responsible to feed the nation are never connected to them in some form. No. It happened, something like that happened in America, where there was the invasion of Capitol on January 6th.
Yes.
But the man who was to benefit from the event was still never held culpable.
No, he said I didn't send them.
He was even rewarded by becoming another
president. With another 10.
Why with another 10? So why is this thing
the thing is that, like I said, they are just chasing shadow. As Queen Naomi is not being prosecuted, but it's being persecuted. The reason, for obvious reason, I don't know. The truth remains that the government should stand up to their responsibility. They should make food available for Nigerians. It is not because Queen Naomi wanted to kill those children, that's why those children were killed.
That's right. So issue of mother, I was wondering.
So
the intention behind mother, exactly, I was wondering how they were established that.
Exactly, how they get established. So that's why I said, well, all that Naomi needs is a good team of legal experts.
Okay, let me come. PK, there's something you have always said. You have always said it. That police work is not when there is murder, we'll run there. When there's armed robbery, we'll run there. That they should be able to be proactive.
In fact, that's what I wanted to say now.
Through intelligence and sense that this thing wants to happen. Are there police officers being prosecuted?
Okay, the state governor and the executive council heard on radio, because I heard it was loud on the radio, being announced for weeks.
What? So did they prepare for the event?
They heard that there's going to be an event in this place. The commissioner for youth heard.
Commissioner for police.
Commissioner for police and security heard. The chief, whatever it is, to the governor heard. I'm sure the governor himself too heard. The commissioner of police also heard. What did they do? They needed to be proactive and make sure that everyone was going to run smoothly.
It was not a secret event.
That's why I'm saying that
traffic authority head.
So the proactiveness of police, the proactiveness of other agencies, the proactiveness of security through gathering of this one is not even gathering of intelligence, because it was on public space.
It was being announced.
Who will be held accountable for that?
So you agree with me that the lady is being persecuted. The government should be held responsible instead of them persecuting Queen Naomi.
They could have stopped that event if they think
that it was not
opinion that this would lead to this.
Yes, they should blame themselves. It's unfortunate, but it has happened. All we advise Queen Naomi and others to do is to get good lawyers to defend them.
And I heard she has some health issues.
Oh.
They brought papers. The mother has been crying. They should let her have access to her doctors and all this. But the other part of it, I asked you earlier, the one in Anambra who is persecuted. There's no news about it.
What is happening in Anambra's case. We need to know what's happening in Abuja's case.
Yes.
If the governor of Anambra State has said, "Oh, it was my fault," and there's no need to persecute these people, so be it.
And try to recompense
Yes,
the people that
like we have advocated and said, okay, because it has happened because of my negligence, because he takes the responsibility. They try to make laws that from now henceforth, if you want to do this kind of thing, this is what we should do, this is what we should do to avoid it. So there will be no room for prosecution. I think that your state governor should take that.
He should be held responsible.
He has a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, it's responsibility. Instead of it to follow the advice gave here, so that they will go and make laws to ensure this doesn't happen in the future.
That there are better gatherings.
Better gathering that there should be modality to follow is try to play to the gathering by prosecuting the innocent woman who wanted to feed the children.
Okay, now issue of holding Naomi against her health conditions.
Yes.
We are going to be worried. One, you said the crime they are putting on her to defend is really, really grievous. Okay. Must they do that to get justice in this case? Because I have always thought that holding somebody should be for somebody who might run away, or somebody who is a danger to the society. Obviously, I don't know even in her record if she has any criminal record before.
She's not anyone that is.
She's not going to organize any event again where anybody will die. For her health purpose, if not persecution, don't you think she should be given something like maybe house arrest or something where the doctor could come to the house to take care of her, things like that? It's somebody who is alive that is answerable to the law. To the law. So, Philip, what do you think?
You see, you said it all. You see, I don't know the intention behind those count charges, the murder and the manslaughter. So long as I don't know the intention, it beats my imagination because this is a felony. So you were supposed to be healthy. The matter is tried over. You were not meant to have bail, but in some condition you have like on head grant, you were supposed to have bail so that you can have your head treated because you are innocent until it's proven otherwise. But in this case, whether they have already proved the case, cannot explain.
So Kingsley, as law enforcement agents, usually they gather some intelligence behind what we can see. Yeah. Could it be there are some intelligence, maybe out of phone conversation before the event, a lot of things happening before the event, where they think they'll be able to establish intention? Because when you talk of murder, there must be intention to do so. Okay? Do you think there could be intelligence before the law enforcement agents that is not in the public space?
So why didn't they prepare for the intelligence they gather? Or is it after exactly? Or is it after the thing has happened?
Maybe it was out of forensic investigation.
So after forensic investigation, the public pay their salaries through our tax and they must show up.
So I agree with you. See, when they see public intention, the intention 35 people that died, they died at random.
Yes.
So do you have the intention of killing people at random?
How do you establish that?
So eventually, I just want to say to her that get good team of lawyers, because this is it's just like we always said, the Nigerian law enforcement agency and government, when they catch a criminal, even when they catch a criminal, they will frame their charges such a way that the criminal will go scot-free. This is just one of them.
Yeah, because they put the charges so bogus that even themselves know they were not going to win. So
this one will not go anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, the Nigerians wants to know. Nigerians want to know what is happening in the Abuja case. Yeah, they want to know what is happening in Anambra's case. As much as they want to know what is happening in this Ibadan case. But at the end of the day, the intention should be established before murder can be established. So I think we'll continue with this discussion as it comes to us, and let's take it from there. So this is Serious Insight, and we'll be right back to discuss some other things that helps us to get this nation moving forward. Thank you.